Welcome to Cutting to the Ball in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben, and as always I'm joined by Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
And today we're doing a movie review on the cinematic masterpiece.
Oh yes.
The straight-to-DVD release.
Hardly cinematic then, is he?
Oh yeah. What would you call it then? Just the straight-to-DVD masterpiece.
It's wonderful.
It's cinematography, I can call it cinematic.
It's incredibly ambitious.
Maybe.
Yeah, alright, anyway, the film's called Android Cop.
Yeah. Made by the Asylum, and if you know anything about them, you should be as excited as you are. That made no sense, but anyway.
You should be living in an asylum.
No, I'm fine.
Before we do weird news, let's say hello to a few listeners we've got who are making a difference for us. So we got Chennai, India, someone listening there.
What?
Someone in the Philippines, in Muntinlupa. Lots of American towns, Texas, Wyoming. Yeah, nice. Illinois, St. Michael in Canada, Reykjavik in Iceland, Santa Cruz, Costa Rica, Copenhagen in Denmark, Bucharest, Romania, Antwerp, Belgium, San Jose, Costa Rica. Wow, we've got Costa Rican following. Stockholm, Tel Aviv, Athens, Berlin, and Flint, Michigan. Top again. Flint, Michigan is top every week.
Yeah, at the moment.
Thank you, Flint, Michigan.
Listening.
And if you want to be top of the list, then tell all your friends to listen to us. Simple as.
Do it.
Do it now.
Right then.
Berlin second, actually.
Awesome. Very popular over there. Alright then, let's get into it.
Let's get the boys' views on this week's weird news.
So weird news. This will take 20 minutes, half an hour. We tell you some random shit we found on the net this week. Okay, well this is disturbing. Horrific pictures of gruesome injuries as man hacks off penis after dream.
Wow.
What a dream.
Isn't it? Yeah, wow.
Okay, well, I want to know what the dream is, so I'm going to read on.
Doesn't
There
look
no
like a nightmare
drugs
to me.
involved.
It doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like a pleasant dream, let's put it that way.
If I'm hacking my penis off.
If I'm waking up and hacking my own penis off, that was not a pleasant dream.
No.
So horrific photos were emerged. Oh, you can see the photos. This is from the mirror.co.uk. Wahib Sadhu, 35, said he was fed up with women demanding sex from him in a dream, so he chose to cut off his manhood.
What an idiot.
I get the feeling he's lying. Now, shocking images show the injuries from which the fashion designer is still recovering.
Wow.
Wahab said he carried his genitals to a neighbour's house in Alapat,
hands.
Nigeria.
Imagine that, knock on the door, the guy standing there with his cock and balls in his hand.
Just
Hey,
listen.
what's the matter? Him from next door, he's got his cock and balls in his hand.
Don't get back in the dirty perv.
Oh my God.
Right, let me just tell you what old Wahab says. Speaking after the horror, the husband said, prior to the incident, I had a dream in which 3 unidentified women appeared to me and ordered that I drink battery acid, which I did the following morning without the knowledge of anyone.
Well, you're an idiot then, aren't you?
3 days after, I had another dream where the same women ordered me to wake up and cut off my penis. It was after cutting it off that I regained consciousness, so I rushed home for immediate remedy.
Wow.
He does say it's the handiwork of witches. Oh my God, it was a razor blade.
What's the immediate remedy?
Fuck.
What's the immediate remedy? Get a fucking sewing.
He was using a razor blade.
Oh God. Just
Perhaps
one
if they
little
get it
razor
some
blade.
ice, maybe they get there quick enough, maybe they can do something.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's be honest, look where it was. The facilities weren't going to be the best, were they?
Are you saying the Nigerian National Health Service doesn't have top-notch medical care?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I've never been there, never researched it, not looking into it, just going to make a fucking out there guess and say it might not be up to the standards that you and I, us Brits, living in our streets paved with gold for now, Brexit. Yeah,
I'm sure they have top hospitals in Nigeria. They're not witch doctors, guys.
Yeah, no one's turned up in a wooden mask and waving some fucking smoke
I
around.
didn't fucking say that. That's YouTube, literally. I just said it might not be up to the standards that we expect. I didn't say anything about witch doctors and masks. Racist. I realise what you're trying to do. You're trying to paint me into a racist corner, but you instead revealed yourselves.
No, that's how he
With the
said
mask.
paint him into a corner.
Not blackface. Jesus, you sound like Twitter. Just saying. I know they might not be the standard
for comedic effect.
What about
Racist.
if it's a UN hospital?
I'm not saying.
What about if it's a UN hospital? They'd be pretty
In
good.
Nigeria?
They might have a UN hospital out there.
No, I'm just saying. Look, all I'm saying
Nigerians, a lot of them come here.
Yeah, exactly.
Study.
Because their hospitals are shit.
No,
I'm
They don't
joking.
fly all the way here for fucking medical care, Gaz.
they come here to study medicine and go back as qualified doctors.
Yeah?
I'm just saying. I'm not going to take the risk if I don't have to. Remember
Well,
that
just
story
don't
we read about AIDS on the towels in Africa?
No, that was
Oh,
that religious
Pat Robinson.
lunatic. That was Pat Robinson.
Oh, did it? Was it not true?
No.
Oh, all right then.
Everything Pat
I take
Robinson
it back. It's
says
fine.
isn't true.
Oh, I would definitely get my cock reattached in a Nigerian hospital, definitely, because that's what you guys tell me. It would definitely be safe and clean, and they'd have
I'm not saying-
top-notch, world-class medical facilities, and I would be absolutely fine. My cock, I wouldn't wake up with my cock hanging from my earlobe or anything like that.
I'm not advising you to carry out and test this theory.
I am. I'm intrigued.
So I can bleed to death on the phone
So
while you
you
record
go
it.
to Nigeria. We'll start
Episode 112, Gas bleeds to death on the phone from Nigeria. You're gonna love this one, guys. Thanks.
Well, apparently this happened in 2015.
Oh.
But the images have only just come to light. I want to see the images now, Mike. Can we
No.
move off? Can we move off reader
Please don't
mode,
show
please?
them. Please don't show them. I'm not looking.
You don't have to look. I want to see how bad this is.
Have you seen them yet?
No, it's all censored, mate. It's all
all
censored.
Oh, thank God.
It's all
Thank
censored.
God some humanity left, some decency, some Christianity left in the world.
Well, either way, use a fucking razor blade.
Well, Nigeria?
Well, they got knives, guys. Fuck's sake.
No, maybe they haven't. I'm joking. Please don't write me. I don't need to know. I'm literally joking. Old-fashioned jokes. Yes, I'm out of touch. I'm the patriarchy. I'm the problem.
You cisgendered white male.
Oh God, I know. I suck.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, go on.
But I'm funny.
My ex-boyfriend got the boot when he put his tiny penis in my belly button.
Ben,
Wow.
why are you sending your stories in?
I'm quite confident, Gaz, that my name's not going to be mentioned in this article.
Because they protected it.
I like
I'm
it.
joking. Redacted. I'm sorry.
Nilufer Atik from London
All I'm
thought
saying
she
is,
had met the perfect boyfriend, but dumped him over his, quote, tiny willy and terrible sex.
Wow.
She thought she'd blab to the mirror.
Yeah, that's nice of her.
Oh, she's probably been inundated with offers since, though, hasn't she?
She said she'd had her eye on Robin, I think that's a made-up name, for a while, but they finally got into bed. She was left bitterly disappointed. The 43-year-old, who was in her early 30s at the time, said her beau was partial to poking her belly button with his tiny penis, licking her eyelids and elbows, and massaging her earlobes.
What's wrong with that? That's how you do it, isn't it?
I want to know why this woman is telling this story when...
Money.
Yeah, but...
They pay for stories.
Yeah, but, I mean... She's hardly fucking model. She's modelling class. I mean, she's just some
Hey,
random bird.
She's pretty good looking. Come on,
She's alright. I wouldn't say she was fucking stunning enough to be able to go around bragging about all the fucking massive penis she's had apart from this bloke.
Alright, don't get defensive just because she's just described your entire technique.
Bigger the front, bigger the back, Gaz.
I'm only joking. No, I think she's quite attractive, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, pictures, they can be dishonest. Also, I realised she's selling to the story for the same reason I tried to sell my Winston Churchill's ghost story.
True.
They offer
You should have followed through on that.
You should have.
Yeah, we will one day for the show. For anyone interested, the story was that Winston Churchill's ghost got me fired from my job. Details coming soon in The Sun.
Yeah, probably.
Or The Mirror, where this story's from.
Yeah, it's an odd one, isn't it? Why has she got the right to blab about this?
Well, she hasn't named him. I think it's just an advert for her, isn't it? She's obviously wants some attention, and she's got it from The Mirror.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck her, what's next? Okay, you going for this one, Mike?
I've just done it.
Oh shit, how stoned am I? Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Wow. Woo! Hello. Man suffers rectal blowout after friend shove air compressor up backside.
Ooh.
Wow.
Now,
It's not a phrase you want to hear.
rectal blowout.
Nope.
No, it is not.
I consider you two gentlemen as friends. Dear friends, please don't ever
Thank
put
you.
anything in my rectum.
I wasn't planning on it.
Me either. It's not.
No.
It's not something I would... Hey,
A man's
guys.
rectum is his own rectum.
Exactly, it's not
Yeah.
part of friendship that I ever anticipate happening. But you get
No.
those kind of lads, don't you? That where it's very broy, but also a bit homoerotic.
Yeah, you get the feeling there's a sense of repressed homosexuality sometimes amongst these people.
You sure do. I'm gonna put it in his bum.
And everyone looks
Oh,
looks at them and he goes,
It's in,
joking, of course. But obviously not this time. There was enough of them there to go, oh yeah, put it up his arse.
it's in his bum. Oh. Anyway, so back to the story. A man suffered a quote rectal blowout as his mates put a compressed air pump up his arse and turned it on. The 30-year-old man.
30?
Yeah.
I was thinking about 15 or
You should
something.
know better, man. You should have better friends aged 30. The 30-year-old man from New Delhi, India, was rushed to hospital after the ill-thought-out prank left him with a burst colon and surgeons had to remove his entire bowel.
Wow.
Oh my God, shit in a bag for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Shit. Literally. According to a report by doctors from the Maulana Azad Medical College in New Delhi and the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in a place in India, which was published in the Journal of Medical Case Reports, the man's, quote, perverted friends, therein lies the problem,
Yeah.
put the nozzle of an air pump designed for tyres up his anus and hit inflate.
Wow.
Due to the pressure, the man had a, quote, complete blowout of the rectum.
Fuck.
During surgery, doctors found fecal matter amongst his other internal organs.
Oh.
The report
So he's got shit on the
states.
lungs.
Shitty lungs. Gives it a whole new meaning.
That's one hell of a prank gone bad.
It is. Oh.
Oh, the medics noted that the injuries the man suffered were caused when air pressure,
Yeah.
inside the rectum rises so much that it explodes. The report also details two other men who suffered injuries in the same way. The report writers described the life-changing injuries as those you usually see, quote, confined to battlefields.
Jesus. There's a lot of people on battlefields getting their rectums blown out.
Dr. Lavenish Baines, who co-authored the report, said, quote, education regarding such machines and their safe use must be encouraged because most of these cases are accidental and due to ignorance.
I would agree
Wow.
with that.
And also perversion and being like, I think, you don't need to be like a fucking, you don't need a certificate in safe tyre inflator machine operation to understand that sticking it in the fucking anus of a human and pressing blow might not be fucking structurally positive for the anus of that person.
Sticking it in any orifice of a person.
Not going to be good, is it?
No, it's not gonna end well.
The people in this garage are fools.
I don't think they've had their health and safety training.
No, I certainly don't think. Well, yeah. I don't want to sound racist again. I've already picked on Nigeria, but you know. It wouldn't happen at Quick Fit, is all I'm saying.
I bet it's happened at Quick Fit before.
They've just kept it.
The fucking the youth training scheme guy, the apprentice.
Gary, bend over, Gary. It's going up your ass, Gary.
No one shit's quicker than a quick fitter.
Yeah, into a fucking bag.
Oh, see his ass go. Anyway, I think that concludes the news for this week. doesn't it?
I think it does. So we'll just call
Holy
a
moly.
quick break and we'll crack on with the movie.
Sounds good to me.
So let's crack on with today's main topic, Android Cop, the movie.
What a fucking piece of cinematic gold.
It's hard to argue with that assessment.
Can I read some of the reviews?
You certainly can, Mike.
Robocop meets Mad Max 4-star. Creature Feature Corner.
Hey.
Full Metal Mayhem. Geek Legion of Doom.
I wouldn't say Full Metal Mayhem.
We could trust them.
Great fight scenes. Matchflick.com.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
That's it.
Well, I'll explain how I came across this movie. I was shopping in Asda, and for our international listeners, Asda is one of the big, think Walmart.
It is Walmart nowadays, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's
owned by
literally
Walmart.
owned by Walmart actually, but you know, big supermarket where you can buy everything. The only bit that makes going for a big fucking food shop like bearable for me is like a little treat of going upstairs to the fun bit, as we call it, where they sell DVDs, clothes, games, you know, the non-foodie stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm up there looking at things, not expecting to buy anything, and I see something called Android Cop. And we should also state that Robocop is in my top 3 favourite movies of all time, ever. Love that guy and that movie.
Was it this review? Because I missed one.
Go for
Hard pumping action.
it. That certainly helped, Mike.
4-star Creature Feature Corner.
Yeah, and it was £3. £3. And would you like to describe the actual DVD? I mean, it comes in a very tasty cardboard sleeve.
It does.
It not?
It does. It's very professional.
Mm-hmm.
There is some wonderful artwork on it.
Could you not be fooled into thinking that's a Hollywood movie?
I would know it's straight to DVD, which some of them aren't bad.
There you go.
You know, but it's a very professional looking case. Probably spent more on the case than the film. I like it. I'm impressed with the overall presentation of their package.
Excuse me. There you go. Android Cop. So how does this thing come to be? So straight away I bought it, obviously. £3. Come on.
Film for £3.
If
Film
this-
for £3.
If
Come
this is
on.
your first episode ever, I love robots and films with robots in, even if they're shit. So how does this film come to be? How does it get there? Who actually goes through? Because we've watched it. It's an actual film, isn't it? Someone's made an effort.
Yeah, the storyline is not that bad at all.
Yeah.
And we have literally just watched it, let's say, the viewer. It should still be fresh in our drug-addled minds.
We'll see. So, how does it come to be? Well, there's a little company called the Asylum. Now,
Right.
the only way they will probably be on your radar as just a regular, you know, not someone who's an uber B-movie nerd, is Sharknado.
Oh, it's them guys.
That's their big hit, basically. And they've had a TV hit as well called Z Nation,
Oh, I've heard of that.
a zombie thing.
Yeah.
Those are their 2 sort of hits. The Asylum, they're an American independent film company and distributor that focuses on producing low-budget direct-to-video films. The company has produced titles that capitalise on productions by major studios, often using film titles and scripts very similar to those of current blockbusters in order to lure customers.
Yeah, like Transformers became Transmorphers.
Yes, I've got a list in a bit. We'll go through some of their more audacious. These titles have been dubbed mockbusters by the press. Its titles are distributed by Echo Bridge Home Entertainment, GT Media, and as of 2015, Cinedigium.
Ooh.
I'm not sure how to say that, but it looks like that. They are perhaps best known for creating the Sharknado films and the sci-fi original series Z Nation. And here's an amazing tidbit for you.
Okay.
The Asylum has never had any losses from any of its film productions.
Wow.
So,
But then again, making $1 over still doesn't count though. If they spend $1 million,
that's the thing.
And they
or
make
less
$1
than
million
or much less than a
or
million.
much less than $1 million, that's true.
In some cases. Basically, they were founded by a director called David Michael Latt and a former Village Roadshow executive, David Rimmerwey.
I thought you were going to say Village Idiot. I don't know why. A former Village Idiot.
Yeah, well, it makes sense judging by the films. And Sherry Strain in 1997. The company focused on producing straight-to-video, low-budget films, usually in the horror genre, but they were unable to find a market due to competition from major studios, such as Lionsgate Entertainment.
Bastards. Mustn't have the little guys.
Well, they soon figured out a niche, because in 2005, the company produced a low-budget adaptation of H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds, which was released in the same year as Steven Spielberg's adaptation of the same material.
Ah.
Blockbuster Incorporated ordered 100,000 copies
And that's why they're out of business.
of the Asylum's adaptation, a significantly larger order than any of the company's previous releases, resulting in Latin Rimmerwey, that other one, reconsidering their business model. In 2007, similarities between the distributors' titles and those of major studios were reported. For example, The Transmorphers bears a number of similarities to the film Transformers, which was released theatrically 2 days after the release of Transmorphers. According to Latt, quote, "I'm not trying to dupe anybody. I'm just trying to get my films watched. Other people do tie-ins all the time. They're just better at being subtle about it. Another studio might make a giant robot movie that ties into the Transformers release and call it Robot Wars. We'll call ours Transmorphers."
Yeah, why not?
In
Be
2000,
honest about it, I suppose,
Yeah.
in a dishonest kind of way.
yeah,
That's capitalism.
he's full
Yeah.
of shit. In 2008, 20th Century Fox threatened legal action against the Asylum over The Day the Earth Stopped, a film capitalising on the day the Earth stood still.
That's also an awful remake.
Well, there you go. See, isn't that fucking pretty meta? Universal Pictures filed a lawsuit against them for their film American Battleship, claiming infringement on their movie Battleship.
Also a terrible movie.
It's
you
a
know what?
hangover movie for
It
me.
is a hangover movie, but
It's awful.
yeah.
Looks bad. It does look bad. I'm not interested in ever watching it. It's,
I watched it.
Me too.
I have watched
twice.
I would watch it again if I was drunk. That's a definite. But I would skip forward to the actiony bits, cutting out all the character development.
So Transformers, but not as good. Anyway, the Asylum changed their title to American Warships.
Nice.
There you go. So basically, they've had quite a few lawsuits. There was another one over. They did some J.R. Tolkien stuff, basically accused of free riding on the worldwide multi-million dollar promotional campaign of the actual movie.
I think that's a fantastic business plan, though.
It's-
I mean, you've got something like Lord of the Rings, which is like, I don't know, how much they cost to make them. Just there's the first three Lord
Hundreds
of
of
the Rings.
millions.
Hundreds of millions. And all, you make a knocker fucking quick rip-off together,
For like $700,000.
$700,000. Call it whatever, Lord of the Squares. I don't know, right? And just piggyback off them, investing all their money.
It's fairly genius.
It's
isn't it?
fucking brilliant.
And he definitely does dupe people into buying DVDs based on the covers
yeah.
and the way they're placed.
It is snidey, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
It's genius.
The Asylum's usual budget for a production is reportedly well under $1 million and typically breaks even after about 3 months. The Asylum has never lost money on a film. The company's productions have been called B-movies and mockbusters. Latt prefers the term, tie-ins to mockbusters, stating that the Asylum's productions, even those that capitalise on major releases, contain original stories. Which they do, to be fair. Latt states that the company's plans its productions around the word of mouth around the town of Tinseltown on the financial prospects of upcoming films. The Asylum's films are usually released on video shortly before the theatrical release of a major studio film with similar themes or storylines. They've also, now this is interesting, this shows you how desperate they are to make a buck, or how willing they are to make a buck. The Asylum has also produced films with strong religious themes. For example, The Apocalypse was initially developed as a straightforward disaster film in the style of Deep Impact, but Lat states that certain buyers wanted the company to develop a religious film. As a result, the company consulted priests and rabbis in order to incorporate faith-based elements. The division Faith Films was created in order to distribute titles with such themes. Sunday School Musical was produced after the Asylum staff attended a seminar for marketing to a Christian audience, where the seminar's host suggested that the perfect film would be a Christian version of High School Musical.
Oh dear God,
so they're that desperate.
That sounds worse than High School Musical.
Christian people want to buy films, nobody makes them, we'll make them. They'll cost even less than big robot films.
Big audience.
Yeah, all you gotta do is grab some fucking kids who can sing.
But on the flip side then, the last little paragraph here, the Asylum productions also sometimes feature more overt sexuality or graphic violence than their major studio counterparts, because the Asylum's releases are not in competition with films rated PG-13 by the Motion Picture Association of America. Ralph Potts of the New York Times described Transmorphers as having, quote, no recognisable actors, no merchandising tie-ins, a garbled sound mix, and also, unlike Transformers, it has cheap special effects and a subplot involving lesbians.
I'm not seeing a problem.
The 2008 release Death Racers features the hip-hop group Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, they'd be in that, yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to get them for 20 quid nowadays.
The wrestler Raven.
Again, 20 quid.
Yeah, in major roles. In 2009, the Asylum released its first 3D picture called Sex Pot. So, that's where they came from and what they do. Would you like to hear just a few of their examples? I mean, I've got the entire catalogue of theirs here, but I'll give you some of the
Yeah,
more.
give us the best ones, yeah.
Because they started off trying to make actual films not based on anything. They spent a good 6 years doing that. And then it was in 2005. So theirs was called H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. Came out the same year as War of the Worlds. And as sort of a happy accident, they realised, hang on,
Yeah?
something to that.
Someone goes to shop.
In the same year, they did King of the Lost World, which was a rip-off of King Kong.
Yeah?
Next year, Snakes on a Train.
I bet Samuel L. Jackson was in that. He's in everything.
Can you guess? what
Played
that-
everybody in that.
He's in everything. he did the
Every acting part in that film.
yeah, he was every
And
actor. in the
directed,
film.
he was the snake as well.
Yeah, he was just in like a sleeping bag, done up, sprinkling around the floor.
I've had it with these snakes on this motherfucking
Will
train.
someone get me off this motherfucking train? I'm a snake.
Snakes on a train.
That's fantastic.
So they were pushing their luck straight away at the start. They also did that year, same year, the Da Vinci Treasure.
Okay. Yeah.
That incorporates two films, The Da Vinci Code and National Treasure.
Oh,
there you go.
You know what? I'd watch that. I like National Treasure.
After that, there was next year, Pirates of Treasure Island.
You know, yeah, powers the.
Oh God, this is interesting. So that year, a film came out called United 93, which is about the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
The Asylum released a film called The 9/11 Commission Report (brackets movie).
Well, that's not very
That's
generic.
scraping the barrel, really, isn't
Yeah.
it? They will literally rip off
Yeah, but at the
anything.
same
A bit
time-
distasteful, that one,
But
isn't
at the
it?
same time, you can argue that, making the film about Flight 93 is a bit distasteful,
Yeah,
can't
you
you?
could
Well, yeah, you definitely could. I'm
You're cashing in on
Yeah.
someone's tragedy.
But
aren't
they're
you?
cashing in on someone's tragedy.
Well, why not piggyback it then? You're not the bad guy here, they're the bad guy. They're cashing in on it, you're just trying to make a quick buck out of it.
That's it. Well,
That's capitalism.
the year
That's
after
capitalism.
there you go. The year after that, 2007, they really hit their stride with their classic Transmorphers, followed quickly by AVH, Alien vs Hunter.
Right.
You've got to remember they're also being released, like that's literally being released at the same time as AVP, so confused people buying DVDs and
Yeah.
shit. I mean,
I didn't know. I just go to the cinema. I'll have that.
brilliant fucking business model. 10,000 BC came out that year. They released 100 million BC. Death Race, they did one called Death Racers.
That's a bit more closer. That's a bit similar.
There was Cloverfield came out 2008. They released one called Monster.
I fucking hate Cloverfield.
I like the first two.
Oh no, it's just the camera
then,
just shakes everywhere all the time.
To be fair to the Asylum as well, they also do original material, not ripped off from anything else. Stuff like Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
Who can argue with that?
Right. The 40-year-old Virgin came out that year. They released the 18-year-old version.
I thought they'd up the age like the 60-year-old virgin.
Well, no.
Sorry, Anne Widdecombe.
They're pushing it up. Hey, one of our mates has turned up, George Mead. The Amityville Horror came out that year. They released the Amityville Haunting. Brilliant.
Anne Widdecombe in a porno is all I'm thinking of right now.
Speaking of which, they released a film called Two-Headed Shark Attack.
Is that a porno?
No. So, yeah, we've covered Battleship. Oh, Iron Sky, their rip-off. We talked about it off mic, called Nazis at the Centre of the Earth, which I've actually seen, which is a fairly good movie.
I'm not sure if I've seen that.
Hitler's head on a robot at the end, fighting people. It's pretty good.
Were they all sort of... I might have come in one night drunk and found that on like the Sci-Fi
the
channel.
Horror Channel or the Sci-Fi, yeah, definitely.
But I don't...
There's zombies.
Were they all like mutated and disfigured?
Yeah, their flesh is rotting and stuff, because they've been alive all this time under
That's
the
right.
earth.
I haven't... Yeah, I've seen a bit of that. I think that seems a strong
Well,
chord.
this is another one that I've actually seen, and I do have on Blu-ray, and maybe we could all watch it together one day. Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark.
Right, alright. I've got no issues with that.
It's worse than Android Cop. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
So they've done a lot of these films then.
So I'll give you a few more because there are some funny ones. The Martian, that came out as a big movie. Theirs was called Martian Land.
Right. That sounds like the Martians are fighting to defend their land from the invading Earthlings.
Yeah, they're clever fuckers.
Like Mel Gibson in The Patriot. There's a Martian version of Mel Gibson.
Finding Dory. So they do a film that looks exactly the same called Izzy's Way Home with an identical fish. You know, they're fucking sick. Battle Los Angeles, they called theirs Battle of Los Angeles.
Wait, which one have I watched?
You've
They're
seen
both
the
pretty
real
bad.
one. You've seen the real one. I would hesitate.
The one with the guy who played Two-Face in. Yeah, he's got to be in the
Yeah, an
the
actual
one, hasn't he?
actor.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes came out. They did Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
With a cover looking exactly the
Sneaky
same.
bastards.
Terminator Salvation came out that year. They did a movie literally just called The Terminators. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. They did Transmorphers Fall of Man. And during this time, they basically stumbled upon the Sharknado concept as well, which was just one of their daft, silly, sea movies, I would call it. But people on Sci-Fi Channel loved it so much, and so did celebrities, it became an ironic joke, didn't it? Everyone wanted to be in it. And now we're up to Sharknado 6. I've seen Sharknado 5. I've seen all 1 to 5. I haven't seen the most recent one.
No, neither have I.
They're ridiculous. Fun. Few beers and joints, you'd probably enjoy them. You'd hate them and love them at the same time. Ridiculously shit. Awful. Wonderful at the same time.
I
And
didn't change my viewing habits.
Very tongue-in-cheek. They're very aware. But yeah, that's the Asylum, guys. So that leads us to... So, they know there's a remake of Robocop coming out.
Oh, I see. This was a direct response to that, was it?
I actually prefer this to the remake
too.
of Robocop.
Me too. Better storyline.
Well, I haven't seen the remake of Robocop because I
awful.
refused to watch it because he couldn't... Was it... He didn't
Human
get-
hands.
He didn't get shot to pieces. He didn't get murphied.
He gets blown up.
He just gets blown up. And the first question he asks when he comes to is, are my legs still there? Right? My first
Not
question...
where's my car?
Yes, that's my first
That's
question.
why you won't watch the film.
Yep.
Each to their own. It's a valid reason as any.
Wouldn't that be the first
Excuse
thing...
me, I belched. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't that be the first thing you'd ask if you've been involved in an explosion? You'll wake up in the hospital bed.
It might be
you come
legs,
to and
no
you think,
cock. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, hang on. You sort of give yourself a little movie. Nurse, is my dick okay? That's the first thing I'd ask.
I might
Let
go.
me show you.
Mike's
You've
miming.
been watching too much Brazzers.
Mike's
That
miming.
doesn't happen
The
in
nurse
reality,
giving you a
Mike.
blowjob
They
as you
shove
wake
stuff
up.
up your ass, but not in a good way, and attach stuff to you. They don't offer a BJ. What dream world are you
Is
in?
this where you got fired from that taxi driving job?
At the hospital?
And the model
I've been
casting
watching-
agency
I'm
job?
watching too much porn recently.
So, the Robocop remake comes out. The Asylum, this is what I love about them, they know it's coming out, but they don't know what the script is. They don't know, so they can't directly rip off the story. That's not what they do,
Yeah,
really.
these got
They
whispers,
make their
don't they?
best guess from what they've heard and the concept designs that have been released publicly or whatever, and think, right, let's just whack something together. Somebody must have wrote it, and should we get to the story? Because I think it's a fairly good story.
It's not bad. It's
better
alright.
than the Robocop remake. I've
Can't
said
stand it. Yeah, good actors involved, but you can't touch the original. You'll just never be able to. They just had the right balance of weirdness and goodness and the right timing, and nobody will ever create that same special mix of magic. It won't happen. So,
You shouldn't be remaking films like that anyway. You know? Yeah, you can rip them off, but you can't remake them.
just, do Android Cop.
Yes,
More
do stuff
acceptable.
like this. Do, just rip off the idea. Call it Cyborg Cop, whatever.
Inspired by, that is an
Don't
actual
fuck
movie
around
from
with the
80s.
classics. Look at Predator.
Yeah.
You got Predator. Fucking amazing film. That guy, yeah, I was in the first one, so therefore I can make a fucking awesome movie. Well, no, you didn't. It was terrible.
It's bad.
Well,
You know, that's my concern with Ghostbusters. I'm the son of the original director. I can reboot this. It's like, oh, you better fucking do a good job of this, you cunt.
we'll see.
You better fucking do a good job of this.
We'll see how he does. I'll have faith.
I'll milkshake him.
Scott fucked up Alien as well, didn't he?
Of course, yeah. That's they've all been terrible. You reboot something, 9 times out of 10, it just doesn't work.
I know. But sometimes you end up with a gem like Android Cop. So,
Yeah.
a gem in quotes. It basically starts with, we're straight into
Well, it's 2037,
2037, LA.
Zone 12.
We're straight into the shit zone where you're not supposed to go. We've got Michael Jai White running around.
Who was Spawn?
He was, and he's an awesome martial arts dude. Running around with his little mate, chasing somebody who becomes
Dex Muldoon.
significant later. There's a sentry, a robot
Oh, hang
sentry.
on, no, I just want to point out that he opens fire on those. There's some guys, and Dex Muldoon's one of them, and they're kind of sneaking up on him. And these dudes are getting guns out of a trunk of the car. They're not threatening these police in any way. They don't issue a challenge. They just open fire.
Oh, look, it's
There is no sort of put your hands in the air, drop the guns.
Fuck
It's just,
that.
and the worst of it is they've got the complete drop on them when they fucking miss them.
mutant scum in the no-go zone. It's America. It's the future. Guns are Jesus.
Michael J. White seems like a decent guy.
Fuck them. They're terrorist scum.
Well.
Shoot the shit out of them. Anyway, chases one of them.
Dex
And
Muldoon.
a sentry gun turns on them, but they've got an override code. So already we're being told in this world, yes, there are sentry guns, police in these no-go zones that keep people controlled, but the police are special, they can get a code, plug it in and go in with immunity, feel safe. But the gun turns on them.
Yeah.
We see it shoot one, but it's... Now, once you get to the end of the film, it makes sense, but it's fairly botched, sort of clumsy directing in a way, because you see it shoot the one guy, and then Michael Jai White just basically blinks, and then we cut to the next scene,
Yeah.
and it doesn't tell you if it's like 5 years or 2 months or a week later. You're just like,
Yeah.
huh? And all of a sudden he's acting all normal on the helicopter with his mates. Well, we know, spoilers, it's because he's been replanted into an android and sent back to work, but they don't explain out the front, so it's a bit weird, like, oh, my mate's getting shot. Oh, I'm on a helicopter.
Yeah, I found that a bit odd.
Yeah.
I see. I saw that as like he was having kind of a bit of PTSD.
And he was on the helicopter all along and thinking
Yeah.
back to it.
Yeah.
That could be actually the way it should come across, but it's clumsy.
But maybe I was making a leap there. But it is clumsy. You're right, because it's like you don't. It shoots his partner, not his partner, his cop partner,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, he's on a helicopter now,
Yeah.
and they're going into the dead zone
Yeah.
for whatever reason to get Dex Muldoon.
Get this fucking drug dealing fuck, isn't it?
Yeah.
They said if you take out this one gangster, you could take out 1/5 1/5 of the
It's the war on
the
drugs.
city's drugs.
Still going on,
Still
2037.
fighting on, yeah. Oh, jeez.
Of course
They'll
it
never
is.
learn,
What else
will
have
they?
they got?
But then they meet this other guy, and he's like, well, we want some medical supplies, some iodine tablets, or dying of radiation poisoning. So we'll tell you where he is. You give us some medical supplies and some Mexican Coca-Cola with the real sugar in.
And do you notice how, for all the illegal stuff he said, he didn't say anything to it, he just agreed. And then when he gets to the real Coke with the sugar, he's like, with the real sugar? Man, I can't do that. Like, you know, like, that's the hard thing to get.
So yes,
All the
Mexico's
drugs
doing
and-
better than America at this point as well, though, doesn't it? They've got real sugar and America hasn't.
So that's where the manufacturing went, wasn't it?
Ah.
They don't make it in America now, do they? I bet.
I don't care what they do with Coca-Cola. All I ask is they put the cocaine back in it.
It'd be good for work.
Fucking amazing.
It would definitely help with work.
Not great for kids.
Oh no.
Yeah,
You know.
you'd have to put an age limit on it.
Yeah.
maybe.
You'd have like Coke 18.
And yet you'll also notice that as this is an uber low budget movie, it takes them an ice age to manoeuvre through the buildings because they've got to make each shot last as long.
Of course,
you know.
and they were doing through the buildings quite badly as well from a...
Yeah, but it all looks so far. You're able to suspend your disbelief, aren't you? And like, okay, I'll accept this future nuclear world. And then, I assume that they're all radioactive and dying of radioactive poison in the no-go zone because somebody must have dropped a nuke on it at some point.
Yeah, I think they made
And I did
reference
mention
to
earthquakes.
a nuclear disaster. So your
probably
reactor went
possibly
critical.
because of the earthquakes that they mentioned. So anyway,
Yeah, you wouldn't put a nuclear... Surely you haven't got a nuclear power plant by LA.
sure to be safe.
Because, I mean, you know, it's on a fucking fault line. Surely they haven't got one there.
Look, it's
They're
called
calling
a fucking
Fukushima,
Android
didn't
car.
they? That's on a fault line.
The entirety of Japan's on a fucking fault line.
It's called Android Cop. As if they're going to put that level of thought into it, like... we should set this somewhere else because I don't think you would realistically build a nuclear plant. No.
Sorry, I've been watching that Chernobyl and I've gone a bit down the rabbit hole.
So they're fucked in this no-go zone. But there's a new fucking kid in town, isn't there?
Dex Muldoon.
Well, no, I mean, I'm on about on the police side.
Oh, it's Android Cop, yeah. Andy.
Yeah,
That's
oh,
all I
well,
want to know.
'cause- oh yeah, I'm skipping ahead because they try and...
Oh, yeah, well, we get the old woman with the fake arm set up.
Yeah, oh yeah, little old lady.
So we go into Dex's house.
That's quite a cool shot, isn't
She's
it?
like some old woman who's like looks quite radiation burnt and looks like, let's say that she's got a bit of dementia on. She looks a bit
bit.
crazed.
Well, she's joined the gang.
Well, yeah, maybe she's their mom.
Maybe she's the...
That's what I thought. It was
Yeah.
a man.
She
Well,
might
yeah,
be the
mom now.
Spock of the group, the logical, sensible one.
True. And she's got a fake sort of gun set up. She blasts a copper. No one can hit anything at this point because
Yeah, it's...
they're literally 4 foot away from one another, hiding around walls, and these highly trained
I mean, you've
policemen
got a SWAT team that can't take out 2 junkies and their nan.
who know kung fu.
It's like an episode of the 18. There's a lot of shooting, but no one's getting shot.
Yeah, hiding around corners, coming back out to
How
shoot.
do we fill up time with stuff that looks like action, but really we haven't got the time or the money to actually choreograph anything? So it's
Yeah.
just 2 guys hiding behind corners going, do-do-do-do-do-do. Now I hide for a bit and you shoot. Do-do-do-do-do-do. You hide for a bit and I shoot. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
So what always puzzled me about them sequences is like, once he's fired, I'd just poke out from behind the corner and be
Wait
gun
for him
ready
to
and wait for him to
reload.
pop out again.
Yeah.
Because he's just doing it on routine
Like you
at
do
that
in
point.
computer games.
Yeah. So it's puzzled me.
Well, these are movies.
Yeah. Junkies know kung fu.
Yeah, there's like the first pretty good
And
action
Jay White is
sequence.
kicking the fuck out of these junkies, but they all know
Yeah,
kung
but
fu.
to be fair, that is a junkie who goes to the gym a lot, eats a lot of protein.
These
she was
radioactive wastes have got some fucking buff dudes in it.
The radioactive rats.
Fighting.
Yeah, he knew some fucking moves. It's not like you make it sound when you say he beat up a junkie, you make it sound like he just picked up some fucking nodded out, half conscious fucking tramp off the street and like spin kicked his face in.
I bet Michael
No.
J. White's done that before now.
Maybe. But he fought an actual attacking, kung fu muscle man with some actual moves. That bit was a good scene.
That was a good scene. It was a good scene.
Did
The
some-
fight scene was fine. I've got no...
Did some good
I
moves.
suspect Michael J. White is choreographing his own fight scenes though,
Probably.
because he's a martial arts expert, isn't
He's
he?
great.
So I've got nothing against him. It's fine. Android Cop makes an entrance in a Judge Dredd-esque style. Judge Dredd 1.
if Judge Dredd was drawn by a fucking 6-year-old
I
fucking
thought-
pansy.
He looks like a 90s frat boy. He looks like Zack from Saved by the Bell.
Maybe it is. No, it'd be 50
He does,
now.
doesn't he?
Oh, without his helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does without his helmet. But with his helmet on, he looks like
Oh.
a fucking fishbowl
Well, he does,
piece
yeah.
of shit.
With his helmet, he looks like the awful robot from the Lost in Space remake.
Yeah, he looks like a butt plug.
That's what I've seen it before.
They sit on my head. His voice, they could have done a bit better effect
Oh, the
on
fucking
voice,
movement
couldn't
was pissing me off by the end.
Oh man, you know in Robocop it's cool. That's probably why he's not in those films that much. He's used sparingly Robocop in those movies because it's awesome when he moves. It's ace. It never gets annoying in the Robocop films, but in this film, fuck me. It made me want to punch Android Cop right in the metal dick, or just turn him off, turn it down.
You didn't be a volume control on that thing. Well,
Man, it's annoying.
Well, Dexter's kind of got old Mr. J. White at gunpoint, has he got in the back of his head?
Yeah.
And Android Cop's just like, yeah, he's in classified for expenditure anyway.
Yeah,
shoot
man.
him all you want and I'll shoot you. That's the choice you've got.
Gangster.
Yeah. Anyway, Dexter gets shot.
He shows that fucking robot attitude straight away, doesn't
Yeah.
he? He's establishing himself as a cocky little robot prick.
Yeah.
Straight away. No regard for human life.
Nope.
All business, all logic, all cold, all killer, no filler. This is why we don't want them on the battlefield.
Yeah, but the enemy would hear him walking a mile off.
He's not built for
Very
stealth.
true. No, he's not.
He's
But
painted
remember-
black for stealth,
but
but he's
we-
not made volume-wise for
Well,
stealth.
we did discuss, as it becomes apparent as the film progresses, there are much better quality androids than Android Cop, but he's the sort of mass-produced. They're ready to put these things on every street corner and get going with them, but they need to do some real-world tests.
Like Robocop.
So yeah, so he is basically. There's better ones than him out there, but he's the sort of police enforcer.
Well, I think what it
model.
is they run on loops. So you got like nurses, probably teachers and airline pilots and things like that. And yeah, they look real. They look absolutely fine. You can't tell the difference. But they just run on a loop. So as a nurse,
Yeah.
she kind of goes to a programming tree, doesn't she? This human stop breathing. What do I do now? Resuscitation, injection, blah blah blah. So Android Cop acts according to a set of guidelines, yes, but can make decisions on the spot, can't he?
Well, he wasn't based on a human, was he? He was just built from the ground up for purpose.
Yeah.
You know, law enforcement is all he knows, and a little bit of manipulation with his fake texts.
He's tapping phones.
Drama queen.
He's tapping phones. He's sending fake texts.
He's
Texts.
a beast. But you notice, you realise the where the lacking budget comes when he's researching something and you just see his eyes look up
Yeah.
and you hear the noise. In a proper budgeted film, it would have cut to his viewpoint and a heads-up display of like all the information going
Yeah.
brrrr and like a computer display. But instead, we just get him stood in a bar looking at the ceiling going like he's
Well,
having
someone
like
keeps shooting him repeatedly.
Yeah, like he's coming in his pants over some fucking data.
Having an aneurysm.
I am accessing your files. Wow.
You should have deleted your internet history.
Is that really your wife?
So they're roaming around in the Android Cop and Jay.
Yeah.
JY's are trotting round. They're new partners now, aren't they?
Been forced together, as is the way with these sort of buddy cop, you know.
That's it.
Because Michael J. White has spent all his time complaining about
Androids.
robots and
Doesn't like
androids.
'em.
And his chief says, you know how you sound when you complain about robots? Which will make sense later. Yeah, so the irony, the funny, the dramatic thing to do is stick them together.
I'm seeing a bit of a Will Smith I Am Robot style scenario going on here.
Very much, yeah, with the anti-robot stance.
Yeah. Doesn't know he's part robot.
There's a bit of fucking everything in here, to be honest.
Oh,
They
yeah,
threw in the kitchen sink, they weren't afraid.
So they go into Zone 12, they're looking for the mayor's daughter. Problem is, the mayor's daughter is in a coma, and they've got this technology that allows you to puts your mind into a realistic android body, not like Android Cops. These things look real, you can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
You know, she's off somewhere, they don't know where. These two guys got to find her. So they go into Zone 12. They go and threaten a bloke in a bar.
Yeah, and they both use it. We see their differing approaches, Because obviously Michael Jai White, he's a human, isn't he? For all he knows.
Yeah.
He's going for the old school approach, isn't he? A little bit of intimidation, a little bit of
Good cop, bad cop.
manipulation. Yeah. But the old fucking Mr. Android, cocky fucker, he's using science and reading body functions and biological system readouts.
He has
and,
shit himself.
Yeah, and he's clean. He goes through, he checks his bank records and all that, and he's like, he's clean. And he's like, Michael Jai White's like, you prick, you don't tell him that. You fucking, you convince him he's not, and you got something on him, so he squeals, you fucker. But that's according to the rules. If you're just looking at it black and white, that's ethically, morally, legally not correct, is
Yeah.
it? So is he any fucking use, really, is the larger question, isn't it?
Oh no,
In them situations, or is Michael Jai White using the human approach, is he more useful? Or was he going to fuck it up all along?
well, the bloke's done nothing wrong. He's done nothing wrong. He's beating up an innocent man.
But he knows, he's just not, he said it himself, I'm not willing to talk, I don't talk.
Um,
But then it gets confusing, Ben, because they break out into a fight, don't they?
Yeah.
And then, is it a distraction? They're trying to do it as a distraction.
Isn't
for
there some
something?
kind
'Cause
of-
then they're just mates again outside.
Yeah. It's weird.
Again,
so they need to get out of there. But then they've got to. Then all of a sudden they're wanted by people. Their car blows up. They meet the mayor's daughter. Their car's bombed, isn't it? And they meet the mayor's daughter. And, oh, we've got to get out of here. How was the only way out of here?
Have we explained what she is, though?
Yeah, she's an android and her body's
And it's
asleep.
been psychically project. So your human body is there in the bed, unconscious as far as, you know, but you're projecting psychically your consciousness into the android body, and as far as you're concerned, your experience from the point of view of the android is reality. You don't know you're comatose in a bed. You think you're in that android body. That's your real experience to you.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking...
That's cool.
It's cool and probably quite close to where we're going to eventually get, Mr.
Yeah,
Musk
because
would
you think
probably
about
agree.
it, like how long could you be kept alive for with the aid of machines if you were hooked up to them indefinitely? Something that purifies your blood, helps your heart keep pumping.
Probably a very long time.
How
if you had
long?
the money and
I don't know, because
resources.
your body decays.
It does, but what if they're pumping like sort of stuff into you to stop it decaying?
Well, that's different, isn't it?
You know, what if you had a full sort of medical suite around you that stopped you dying, but you were just out for the count and you were running around in a robot body?
Well, let's say like the example in the movie.
Well, if you
is-
keep the brain alive,
That's what I mean.
you don't need the body, do you?
Well, no, so you just got to keep the brain
The
alive.
brain's the consciousness, which we think that is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the example in the movie is, look, if she's in her 20s,
Yeah,
would you guess 20s or early 30s? Like, which 20s?
I'd say 20s, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's in her 20s. The story they give is that she's been in an accident, so they're keeping her body alive and her mind. She doesn't know she's an android because she, as far as she knows, it was an accident. She survived and she's fine, and she's off being a rebel. But oh shit!
Well, we get a bit of background on the mayor here.
I lost my
Because she's in the quarantine zone. Because she suspects her philanthropist father is actually poisoning these people who live in the wasteland. It's not radiation.
yeah.
And that he's dropping the food and medical supplies in, but it's all poison and it's killing them off. For the
Just so
simple
you can
reason.
save a few bucks.
Because he must have some kind of property right. He
Yeah.
must own that land.
So essentially, the radiation caused them to mutate, and that's why they're mutants and they're kept there. But the mutation is safe. Not what's
Yeah.
making them sick. They could live, and it even shows them they've managed to reproduce,
Yeah.
create a baby.
A normal baby without any mutation.
Yeah. So where's the sickness coming from? It's her own fucking father, evil mayor,
Yeah.
because he wants to fuck them off, like you said. Even the shittest land that's worth fuck all, it's still worth something to somebody. and
No, he
knows
wants
that.
he wants that quarantine,
Mm.
so there's less land. Yeah, if he owns all the land, he could push the prices up.
And also,
because of the
Get
demand
rid
for
of them.
land.
well, he's killing them off slowly as well because there's 30 million people in LA. There's not enough space for them, but he owns that land and he's spreading the
Yeah. And the worst of it was.
the rumours. Oh yeah, it's radioactive, and he's killing all them off slowly. Oh, but the radiation's gone, so we can build on that now and then charge what he wants.
There was a framed picture of him in his office where he was being praised for being a philanthropist who's been doing food parcels to the no-go zones. But these food parcels were laced with the poison that's making them sick. But there he is publicly, no shame at all, taking the praise, the accolades, evil, no shame, psycho, doesn't think he's going to get caught, no
Sociopath?
emotions. Socio-psycho, definitely shows no emotion later on where his daughter's concerned.
No.
This guy only cares about power. And I wonder if she's adopted, A, because she doesn't look fuck all like him, or
She looks Mexican.
she's sort of South American.
But
Mexican,
the idea was
and he's very black.
she grew up in Brazil. The mother took her from the father, ran away to Brazil, raised her there. She came home when the mother died. So it's in the film. Might explain her slightly odd accent.
Yeah.
It should be pointed out there's only one way out of Zone 12, and that's through past 7 gangs. So it's
And
a bit
this is a cool idea.
It's a
I
bit like the
this
Warriors, though, isn't it?
bit. Yeah, I like this bit. So it's basically we learn that the evil cops, don't we? They're saying, because they're the main protagonist, evil guys in this.
Yeah.
Antagonist. They're basically saying, look, it's a win-win for us. We've got this new police machine, and well, they know they're both machines. We don't know that, do we?
No.
But yet in the movie. So we've got these 2 awesome fucking crime-fighting machines. They've got to move through these 12 gangs, is it? Or was it
7 gangs.
7. Move through these 7 different areas. They'll take out as many as they can on their way because that's the way they are. And if they get taken out, it gives us an excuse to go in and
Wipe these fuckers out.
wipe them out. Perfectly legal excuse, so it's win-win for us. But then the mayor makes a good point and he says, well, what if they make it out
Yeah.
alive? Then what do we do? So, cut 2.
Well,
Stuff.
I used to like the one fight where they got to the gang.
Mm.
And it's like, this dude's got like a big double-headed hammer.
Yeah.
And what happens when you bring a hammer to a gunfight, gentlemen?
You get shot in the face.
You get shot in the
basically.
face by android
By
cops.
android cop fucks you up.
By android cops.
Yeah, plural, but we don't know that yet.
No.
Because we don't want to spoil the big fucking Sixth Sense style twist.
Well, the next gang have guns, don't they?
And this,
They do.
One of
The
them's
thing
got
is-
a minigun.
and he can't hit anything.
He can't hit-
still.
You can't hit fuck all.
Android
Can't
cop
it with a
hides-
minigun, mate. Go home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
android
if
cop
you're
hides
firing-
behind a bin.
If you're firing something that's like 1,000 rounds a fucking minute, and you can't hit something,
Especially when
they
he's hiding
picked the
behind
wrong
a
bloke
bin.
to fucking fire that gun. And he's not exactly a fucking moving... He's not a fast-moving target, is he, android cop?
Nope.
He's not a fast-moving target, a bit clunky.
We don't see him moving at all, really, throughout the whole film. And the thing is, these terrorists and gangs all look quite cool, some of them.
Yeah.
Their makeup effects and their costumes are actually fairly decent, which makes me more annoyed. Why has Android Cop got such a shit helmet? You could have just put a bit more effort into it. It's as if they wanted to make him as lame and annoying and fucking...
Well,
you know,
he's
the
the first
straight man.
mass-produced model. He's going to be lame and annoying, isn't he?
God, they achieved that, especially with,
Yeah.
like you said, Mike, the fucking Saved by the Bell fucking actor. And I know they've told him to be robotic, but do you think their tactic was, the director was like, I've got a genius idea. Instead of trying to get a good actor to be wooden and crap, we just get the crappiest actor we can find and get him to
Was
read
bad.
things. We write the words on a big sheet, hold them up and say, read them, you thick fuck. Yeah, and
I enjoyed the cannibal gang. Bring me their guts. Do what you want with the rest of them, but bring me their guts. And you're like,
As
why are
we
you eating their
discussed-
guts, mate?
would the guts be a good part to eat, do you think,
All
Mike?
the shit comes from it.
They are literally laced with fecal matter. He's going to go, oh, and he's the leader of that gang.
Just like the guy who got his arse blown up,
Yeah.
fecal matter in your throat. Of
But Android Cop at this point gets his helmet back. He looks thrilled.
course he does, man. He's complete again. Remember the pain of when you were a kid if you had an action figure like Mask or Centurions that had a helmet and you
Yeah.
couldn't find the helmet that went with the figure. The pain, the incompleteness.
Yeah.
Just imagine how he feels.
That's true, yeah. He's just his one driving thing. I've got to get my helmet back.
Got
I'm going to
it.
shoot this dude, then I'll get my helmet back.
I'm not worth as much money without my helmet. I'm
Yeah.
incomplete.
We find out at this point that Michael J. White is an android cop.
Oh yeah, there's the twist.
There's the twist. Because he's now pointed his gun at the mayor's door till an android cop fights off a bunch of corrupt policemen.
Yeah, and his voice gets taken over, and that really nails it home to us that he is. In case you haven't figured it out yet, folks at home, he is an android.
Unsettlingly camp doctor, who was
Yeah.
performing the operation on Michael J. White's real body.
We get a flashback to where it all. So we realise basically the reason why it didn't make sense at the start, and there was that weird time jump cut, is because he was killed by the Centurion gun
Sentry
as well.
gun. Not Centurion gun.
Yeah, sorry, Sentry gun got him as well. So they just replaced him, downloaded him into an android body, sent him right back to work, as they said.
Yeah, like the next day,
Yeah, they're
virtually.
like, as far as he's concerned, it's just the next day, straight back to work as normal.
That's it. Do they have rights, these androids?
That's
Well,
a very deep and
clearly
important
don't.
question. They're just working slaves, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or do they go home? Do they have a normal...
robot...
Does he go home and live a human life after work?
Doesn't he?
Well, he thinks he's human, so I guess so.
Yeah, so
But he's still
he is free then, in
yeah,
a way.
in a
But they,
way.
at any time, can shut him down and control him. Like they do, he shows an important development because they can control him remotely, override him, can't they? And he, using purely his own willpower, makes a computer blow up
Indeed.
in the control room because he breaks his program and he tells her to run like, go love.
Get out of
and
here.
he realises what he is. And he accepts it and he controls it and he's the man. A very good protagonist. I like this guy. Good hero. Don't know his name in the film because we didn't pay that much attention, but he's great.
I think he was Hammond.
Something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Don't quote me on it. You're the listener. You're the fact checker listener.
There you go.
Yeah. They get the Mad Max car, which was featured earlier, with all the spikes on it. It's a Lexus that's been modified. It's got dye written on the front.
And you can see the Lexus badge in a prominent place. My guess is they basically didn't get given any money, like a sponsorship deal. Lexus just said, okay, we won't sue you if you use it. Yeah, that's fine. And they modified it enough to get away with it. But it's clearly a Lexus. The badge is prominent amongst all the Mad Max and
spikes.
Yeah.
I think Lexus will be quite happy. I'd use it.
I think it's an ad placement, I do.
I think
it's
could
something
be right.
like this.
I think you'll be right. Look at our new Lexus.
Mate, by what the three of us watching it together tonight, we've literally tripled its fucking viewership.
I think
that's why there wasn't many.
It was product placement. I think Lexus can now use it. Hey, not only are we a luxury saloon car, we're also a post-apocalyptic death machine.
We'll survive the apocalypse.
We'll survive.
Yeah,
we're that well made. We'll survive the apocalypse. Boom.
Maybe. Well. What happens next? Happens? I'm talking weird, cause listener, I'm drunk and stoned.
Well, basically, they're going to go and find the mayor's daughter's real body, which is in the hospital. Android Cop figures that out by listening to loads of phone calls, going through phone records. They're chased by one of the futuristic helicopters, which are pretty good.
Yeah.
For some reason, at virtually point blank range and machine guns, they can't hit Android Cop. They try and do it. I thought they were going to do the Die Hard 4 taking down a car with a helicopter.
Yeah.
They didn't. He missed, but it was deliberate because Android Cop then jumps on the helicopter and takes that down.
Terminator 2 style.
Incredibly, just walks away from it without a fucking scratch.
He's an android, man.
Not even his face is burnt off. Nothing. Just
a little bit damage to his face and a bit.
Strolls out. In this point as well, Jay White and the mayor's daughter are dying because they've turned the machines off in the real world.
Human bodies.
Jay White's got about sort of 20 minutes left. She's croaking as we speak.
It's getting heavy. But they're also this around here. They're threatening the mayor, aren't they? We know your plan. We're going to make it public. We're going to broadcast it. Everyone, bitch. And he's like, no, you won't.
When Android Cop comes in and confirms it, hey, you're poisoning those people. There's no radiation. It's all a property scam for you.
Motherfucker.
Turns out the robo-nurse, who Android Cop seems to have got a bit of a connection with.
A robo-dick connection.
Robo-dong connection. No, that's just like 011000011101010. That's all that is. That's the exact chord in Android speak. Yeah, turns out the robo-nurse has actually just been sedating her to protect her in a way. For some reason. I don't know who programmed this to do that, but... Possibly Android Cop, he can kind of...
Yeah, probably him.
Get into
his fake text, he could do anything. Well, we should explain that scene actually. It goes right back to the start before we forget though, because it's fairly significant. Right at the start, he stops a man from jumping off a building by creating fake text messages. He works out that the man is upset because this woman's been ignoring him.
Or ghosting him?
So he texts to the woman what the woman wants to hear. Creates a fake conversation which then results in the woman turning up to the man on the roof and he doesn't jump off anymore.
It's effective.
And but Michael Jai White makes a good point. He says, well, what happens when they find out it's a fake conversation? And he says, well, the longer it takes, if they don't find out for a long time, basically more chance it's got of working, but if they find out soon, then so that's morally
both jump off.
Exactly, that's morally complex, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Has he got the right to be fucking around with people's lives to that extent just to get him to stop? Why not just sprint over there and grab him? Use your robo body rather than this fucking creepy big brother shit.
And your robo strength.
He might use it the next day and he might do it.
Imprison him.
Yeah, for his own health, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Because
section
that's
them, yeah.
the state we all want to live in, isn't it?
Well, you can do that now.
I'd be
Section people if they're a danger to themselves or other people.
Fuck, I could have been sectioned, I think, at one point in my life. But I got through it.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, you know, several times. Anyway.
If we're murdered bloodily with an axe, Gaz.
No, it was never violent.
It does explain the prostitute killing in the film.
Hey! Moving on. I painted a Ninja Turtle today and it was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was a Michelangelo.
That's what sociopaths do. They just fit back in seamlessly to normal everyday family life.
It was a Michelangelo, if you will.
It was Michelangelo the Ninja Turtle, not a Michelangelo.
Did I, or did I not, paint a Michelangelo?
You painted Michelangelo, not a Michelangelo.
Semantics. So, back to Android Copper.
You coloured in between the lines.
With paint, Mike, and a
Yeah,
brush.
well, I couldn't do it.
Come on,
I'm
see.
useless, mate. I'll be the first to admit it. Painting, I can't do.
It made my missus's daughter incredibly happy, and I felt
That's it. That's all that matters, isn't it?
a warm sense of achievement. And then I came here to get drunk and high all fucking afternoon and talk about Android, please. Because I'm a good man.
Do you think she's at home now, forlornly looking at that picture, thinking, I wish Daddy
wish
Gaz
he
was here?
Yeah, probably. Back to the fucking Android, you fucker. I'm going to have another beer. Fuck. Are we nearly at the end?
Yeah, pretty much. Evil mayor then gets a gun, takes it off someone else, and everyone else pulls their guns, including Android Cop, and he takes his own life.
He's not very happy that his daughter wakes from the deadly coma, is he?
No,
He
they
literally
kind
starts
of
screaming
twig
in
onto
her
that.
face. Why are you here? What the hell? What's happening?
Yeah, a bit of a cunt.
Yeah, absolute psychopath. No emotions.
Yeah.
Total cunt. Because it's ruined his plan. He realises he's completely foiled the fact that she's
yeah.
awake.
His property scam's gone.
He's done. His mayor career's done. His power.
He's going to prison, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fucked.
Oh, worse, who knows
That's
what?
why. Well, he's not, is he? Because that's why he
Well.
put the gun under his chin. Pop.
Yeah.
Pow.
Kablam.
Kablam. Shoo. Done. Head gone.
And then we're left to finish off the film. Jay White's had an upgrade. He's now got the same scanning stuff as.
Oh yeah.
He says that he's 1/8 human at the very least, so therefore he's a human.
Because he's based on a natural human. I'm on
Yeah.
his side. He's more of a human than fucking Android, the original Android Cop. Anyway, Andy. He's way more of a human than Andy is. Andy
Yeah.
was just made. Andy is software. That's what
Yeah.
Andy is. So fuck him.
Do you think there might be like a brain and a stem in there?
They didn't really go into
they don't go
did
into
they?
it, but I mean, why go the hassle of giving him a face? Why just
If I'm correct,
the helmet on?
doesn't an android have some sort of human? No, that's a cyborg. But
So
either
is-
way, it's a replicant, isn't it?
Yeah,
basically?
yeah.
Whatever they do to build it, as far as he's concerned, he is it. That's kind of it. So, gentlemen, because like I said, when we went through the list, I haven't seen many of them, but I've seen a handful of the Asylum's films, and I'm aware of them and a sort of an admirer from afar because I like the nuts of what they do. I like the sort of go get 'em sort of scrappy do nature of
me too.
We can get a bit of what Hollywood are offering. So what are your thoughts, gentlemen, on your first Asylum movie, Android Cop?
you know what? I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Fucking hell!
I was going to give it a 6.
I'm really buzzing. That's
It completed
Wow.
my expectations.
Yeah, it was better than I thought it would be.
Better than I thought it was going to be.
I've never seen them before. I've heard of Sharknado and Transmorphers and that. And
better than you expect.
yeah, a
I
lot
think.
better.
I thought the writing was decent. I like the twist at the end with Jay White finding out he was a.
Definitely a good twist, good story.
An android,
'Cause they
I
don't
like that.
mention that on the cover anywhere. There's no intent,
No, it's called Android
It's all
Cop,
about
but it's got a
Andy.
picture of Andy in his,
Well,
in
we
his
know
metal
why.
armour body firing guns. Jay White's not even on the fucking cover.
And you've got to remember, all they knew about the new Robocop remake was that he had black armour.
Yeah.
That's all they knew, really. From that, they were like,
Yeah,
well, what
it's
can we do?
better than the remake.
Story-wise,
Yeah.
I am definitely willing to
You go that
to
far?
say that.
You think it's
Yeah.
better than the Robocop remake? Because I haven't
Story-wise.
seen the Robocop remake.
Yeah,
so-
honestly, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Obviously, the effects and stuff are nowhere near.
Well, yeah, obviously.
But story-wise, like the whole thing, that's a pretty cool element in the middle of like you've got to go through the no-go zone. There's these 7 different gangs. They
You
all
only saw
fight.
2 of them, though.
Yeah, that's true because budget restraints and stuff. But the idea,
Oh,
you know, They all
It's
fight in
related,
different ways.
yeah.
That, you know, that's a cool idea. That you're stranded, you got to get the girl across. You know, then you got the crooked mayor, and you can understand his reasoning. The whole no-go zone bit is cool in itself. I think you got like a Mad Max in the middle of the city, sort of Mad Max area, right in the middle of the city. Like, that's fairly.
I think with better actors, better CGI,
Bit more money.
Bit more money.
This could be a decent level.
yeah, could be an 8 out of 10, sort of.
B-movie classic.
Yeah.
And to be fair to Michael Jai White, the few little times he was given the chance to show his physical skills and do some kicks and throws and stuff, it was awesome.
Yeah. He still looks in shape.
Because, do you know the difference?
Unfair with Spawn, it wasn't, you know, everything else let him do on that, in all fairness.
The difference between this and a Hollywood movie is, right, he probably wasn't insured to do a lot of stuff, but in a Hollywood movie, there'd be loads of really fast camera cuts.
Yeah.
For like a simple thing like one kick to that guy, then I'm going to punch that one and throw that one. The camera would cut like 12 different times for all these different, and it's the stunt guys doing amazing stuff. But in this, the camera's just sat back because they can't afford to do all that stuff, and it's literally that actor, Michael Jai White, doing some awesome stunts, and you can literally see that it's him. Pretty fucking cool.
Probably choreographed those moves himself, because he seems to know what he's doing. He's a martial arts expert. They probably get guys who are martial arts trained.
I bet you him in the stunt.
Just go to the dojo, get some black belts. Come on.
Well, we saw in the credits, didn't we? There was a stunt guy called, what's his name? Speedy was his nickname. But I bet he was definitely gave the respect to Michael Jai White of like, come on, you know what you're doing. Like, you tell me what you want and we'll make it happen. I like those few little scenes where he did some kicking and throwing and stuff.
Yeah.
He's capable, he's good. And his acting wise, he carried the movie, to be fair.
He did.
The gunfight scenes were awful.
Yeah.
You have to admit that.
They've got no money.
You could tell they were CGI.
They're basically, they're holding empty guns, like when we were kids going, eh. And then later on you add, this is one of the worst parts of these really low budget action films, to be fair, but what else can they do? Firing fake ammo is expensive, so instead you CGI the gun flash and CGI the cartridges ejecting.
Yeah.
Which, if you look really close, is, well, not even that close, to be honest. It's painfully obvious a lot of the time. But you suspend your disbelief, you know, you just gotta go with it a bit. I'm glad you enjoyed.
I actually feel a bit sorry for old Jay White, because
his career's this.
Spawn kind of killed his career. I seem to recall him being quite a promising actor at one point, and Spawn was such a flop.
Do you know what? I enjoy Spawn.
I haven't seen it for years, mate.
Because at the time, it was one of the few superhero movies.
Well, they seem to do like.
Well,
we went to the cinema to watch it.
We did, yeah.
On IMDb, Android Cop is given a 3.1 out of 10.
Wow.
And that is from 1,500 votes.
I think it's harsh. I give it.
It's 5 and 6, but 3.1.
It was enjoyable enough.
Better than that.
Yeah, it was.
So,
like you said, guys, just suspend your disbelief, and actually, I thought the storyline was pretty decent.
Yeah.
So Michael Jai White, some of his more famous ones. Have you seen Black Dynamite? That's the one.
No,
Seen it?
no.
Oh, it's like a modern sort of scary movie, but for blaxploitation films.
Right.
And he's the lead. He's absolutely amazing. He's like a Shaft rip-off.
I used to doing a Shaft reboot.
Are they?
Yeah,
You got Samuel L. Jackson, the original Shaft.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember who the young guy is, but
he's actually. Oh, sorry.
So you got Shaft original, Shaft Junior, and then Shaft
Richard
Junior.
Roundtree
Junior.
is his name.
Huh?
Richard Roundtree, innit?
I couldn't tell you.
Isn't he the original Shaft, guys?
I'm not sure. Maybe rings a bell, but he was in. Michael Jai White was in the original. Not the original, but the Dark Knight. Rises. There's somebody. He does a lot of voices in the Justice League, stuff like that, but I'm trying to get back. Okay, we're into the 90s now. Universal Soldier, Spawn, 2 Days in the Valley. Yeah, he's always been a kind of B-movie dude, but...
Voice work's better than movie work, though, in my opinion. It's guaranteed. If you get into a series, it's guaranteed work, isn't
make
it?
more money. He's an awesome dude.
What did you say it was Justice League?
Yeah, he just...
Yeah, that's
I
like...
spotted the mayor as well. He was out of Alien 3. He was the...
Could we just...
Mad
Sorry,
dog.
guys. We did a quick break. Sorry.
Yeah, he took on the alien with the
He
fire
did.
axe.
Badass.
He was a religious guy, wasn't he? Yeah.
Hold that thought.
So yeah. Final thoughts, then?
Well, you gave it a 6 out of
Yeah.
10.
6 out of 10 for
That was
me, yeah.
decent. That
Yeah.
was decent.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, where do you stand on the Asylum as an entity, you know, and their sort of approach to... Do you appreciate their sort of plucky...
Well, you got to admire it a bit.
They are kind of con men, but...
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're making a buck, which is what it's about, isn't it?
And if you're stupid enough to fall... If you don't look close enough and tell the difference between transmorphers and transformers... I will tell quickly on Mike the story I told you, Ben, off Mike. This is very relevant, Mike. I was in Asda, again the aforementioned Asda, looking for, I wanted Bumblebee, the new Transformers movie on Blu-ray. I saw it at the cinema, but I want the girls to watch it.
Mhm.
So that's why I was there. And I noticed, and I was very attracted to it, because the actual DVD case itself, the plastic itself, was bright yellow.
Oh.
I'm looking for Bumblebee, remember? I
Yeah.
look and it's called Hornet. I'm like, I know what this is. And I look in the small writing on the back and I see the Asylum. I'm like, you fuckers. And it was £5. And I thought to myself, yeah, go on. But, like I said to Ben, the joys of the modern world, I went, hang on a minute. Because you might regret £5 at the end of the month when you're scrapping towards payday. There and then I got my phone out and Googled the trailer. It was only 1 minute and 20 something seconds. So I went, oh, here we go then. 30 seconds in, I was like, fuck. Even me, I love robots, anything related to it. It looked so fucking... It was like a found footage style Blair Witch with a shit row. I was like, fuck off. So, but I can see how other people would easily get sucked in. Looking for Bumblebee, Hornet. You sent your mum out to
be
get
honest,
Bumblebee
most
for
of them
you.
probably wouldn't notice.
It's the... Ooh,
What are you saying, Mike? What's the people in the world of dickheads? Can't tell
I
you.
didn't say dickheads, I just said...
Because I'm just a Bumblebee and a Hornet.
Well,
Sorry, science boy.
I say good luck to you, Asylum. May all your success, in quotes, continue. Yeah? Anybody got anything else to say about the joys of Android Cop?
No, not really. It was alright. 6 out of 10. Solid. I've seen worse.
Yeah.
I'd probably put Battle for LA about a 6 out of 10.
So, listener,
And that was from a legitimate studio.
give it a chance, man. If I got it for £3 from the shop, imagine how cheap it is on eBay.
Don't anyone say it on eBay. It's one of them films you'll never get rid of.
Search it out, get on it, Android Cop. So yeah, I think that concludes our main section, and we're going to do some strange news.
Weird news.
Sorry. Oh fuck, how did I get that wrong? We've been doing it 2 years. Weird news, that's the brand.
Yeah.
Play the theme tune.
Let's get the boys' views on this week's weird news.
Does someone hit the first one for me?
I'll go first if you want then.
Yeah, we'll swap it around.
Okay. Man who has never felt human now lives his life as a dog in a £2,000 fursuit.
Oh, it's not real fair.
Wow. A human pup who says he has never felt like a man eats his meals out of a dog bowl, wears a dog mask and often barks at, licks and bites friends. Kaz James,
Rabies?
37, it's very unhygienic, claims he's felt like a dog since childhood and says he always felt weird and unable to relate to others before finally allowing his pup persona to shine through in his late teens. The store manager from Salford, Greater Manchester, has had help from an online pup play community and open-minded friends to transition from part-time pooch to confident canine. The self-professed full-time orange, brown and camo canine...
Camo?
That's not a dog breed or colour. Unleashes his doggy personality.
Freudian slip.
It's dodgy if he's got something in your fucking leg,
Of
though.
course he's fucking dodgy! Attention-seeking prick!
He's just a fucking lunatic. Oh, you know. Before I make my judgment on this man's mental state, I will listen to the full article.
Oh, fuck, alright, skip down to this paragraph here, Mike. This fucking... Outside of work, he can be found in customised rubber outfits, masks, dog leads, harnesses, and even a bespoke £2,000 fursuit. I didn't ever feel like a human. I always felt like a dog that was really out of place, he said. I never really had a name for it. Being a pup wasn't a thing I knew about. When I met other people like me, I felt I could be my self. I was known by my friends for saying hello to them by grabbing hold of the collar of their shirts in my teeth and biting or licking them. Very canine type behaviours. It's always how I was.
Well,
Canine behaviour, attention seeking bell end prick behaviour. Send him to the roughest, he's from Manchester, send him to the roughest part of Manchester. Send him to Moss Side, to a local pub. Tell him to go and act like a dog in there and see how long it takes him to be convinced that it isn't the most sensible fucking course of action. Fuck this man, fuck everything he stands for. I don't want to read any more bollocks.
Is that your final answer?
Fuck him. Attention seeking prick. Do it a normal way. Have a podcast.
He's got $2,000 to fucking shell out on a fursuit.
Exactly, yeah.
I haven't got $2,000 to fucking shell out on something like that.
I haven't got £2.
Nobody divided a Pato Tuesday. It's terrible.
Whatever floats your boat, I guess. If that's what
a
you're
bit.
really into and it makes him happy, then who am I to stop him?
Oh, fuck him, Mike. You Nazi Gaz.
That was amazing. Eye on us.
Holy shit.
Our political ideals are finally aligned.
We've merged subconsciously.
The power duo is complete. Fuck them all. Bless him.
Oh no, he's just a fucking lunatic, isn't he?
He's an absolute cock weasel.
You know, I'm a dog. So,
He's not a cocker spaniel.
have you seen the footage this week of some woman trotting round on all fours who thinks she's a dog?
Oh, you should have told me missus to go home, mate.
Oh.
Sorry, I really hope you're not listening. If you are listening, you know I love you and I'm subservient to you in every way, shape or form possible. I knew before your
A
greatness.
sex slave.
More of a...
You best believe my missus is sex slave.
I'm more of a...
Look, I tell you what, just shut up now and I won't punch you after we finish recording.
I'm subservient to you in every way, shape or form. Please do not destroy me. I love you. Thank you. Sorry I ever spoke out of turn. I'm sorry. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you. Love you. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry.
Jimmy Bob?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think we best we do.
Sorry for showing off in front of my friends. I'm sorry. I know I'm not big or clever. Sorry. I love you.
That didn't help.
No.
Sorry.
Next up, man.
Can I stay here tonight, Mike?
Man performs bizarre sex dance for angry pheasant while wearing only G-string.
Fuck.
Hang on, I thought you were my girlfriend.
I was going to say, they didn't get my picture, did they?
I thought you were my girlfriend. That's
I
what
thought
they
he was
know.
professing love to your girlfriend.
Yeah, so did I.
That doesn't
That's
help.
why I said I'll shut up now and I won't punch you after the show.
I'm not talking to my girlfriend.
Oh, right. We've got miscommunication
Why
going
am I
on.
apologising to yours?
She's awesome.
It has nothing to do with me. I don't care if she's angry with me. I'm talking to you.
You would.
Talking to
You fucking
darling.
would.
Darling, I'm talking to you. I'm sorry. I was just showing off in front of my friends. I'm sorry. Well, I don't know what...
This is world-class grovelling we've got going on. What's the next one?
A scantily clad Cornish man has gone viral after his bizarre sex dance with a pheasant.
Well,
Farrier Steve Phelps stepped in to help a client who was having problems with a terrestrial pheasant on his land.
territorial pheasant.
What did I say?
Terrestrial.
Extraterrestrial pheasant on his land. Armed only with a hat and half a G-string.
Wow.
Half a G-string.
Yeah, apparently. The pheasant had become so aggressive that every time the man went out on his ride-on lawnmower, the bird would attack him, clawing him in the face with its sharp talons.
Fuck.
Wow.
Emily, thing is though, says every time, right?
How many times
How
does
many
it
times?
take?
After the first time, that bird has clawed my face.
Well, you just think it's
My
one
beautiful
psycho
face.
bird, don't you?
No, my beautiful face. Right? First of all, that bird's getting a 12 gauge to it straight away. It's
You
hurt
won't be
me.
able to see. It's gouged your face.
I can drive a fucking lawnmower though multiple times, and he's still going out on it, and he hasn't tried to kill the fucking bird.
Well, he deserves it, doesn't he? What happened, Mike?
One person jokingly suggested the 36-year-old perform a sex dance to assert his dominance and claim his territory. Steve, who knows his onions in this field as he also runs a pheasant shoot, Said the comment was someone taking the mick more than anything. It's breeding season, so let them pheasants show off who is the biggest and best. So I took up on the joke. To be fair, the pheasant looked shocked more than anything.
Wow. Can't blame him, the poor little fucker.
Bent over with my tail wagging, I had sticks between my butt cheeks, which acted as tail feathers, and I was wagging my butt at him.
Jesus Christ.
Your mates have done you over there, man.
Yeah.
I've been on Google, Steve.
One of his friends had bought him half a G-string as a Christmas present. Do you get the feeling this is all part of an elaborate setup lasting many months?
Yes, it has the whiff of that.
Yeah.
Steve and his friends have even named the feisty bird Reg, because he looks like one of the Cray twins.
Wasn't Reggie the homosexual one?
Was he?
Or was that Ronnie?
I don't know.
I forget. One of them was a sociopathic homosexual, though. I forget which one. They were twins. You know, Reggie, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Probably get
So,
probably get some stick off Cray fans now.
if you have an angry pheasant.
Do a sex dance while only wearing a G-string.
Yep.
Well,
Made you the trick.
rules.
Dems the rules. Alright, what's the
Okay.
last one then? You can now visit a 5D adult cinema in Amsterdam, complete with bouncing chairs.
Wow.
So Amsterdam is famed for its wide canals, numerous museums, and of course the red light district. People travel from far and wide to pay a visit to the Anne Frank House or the Van Gogh Museum, as well as the streets lined with sex shops and brothels. But now there's a new experience for visitors to enjoy, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen. A 5D porn cinema has just opened up in the city, offering porn fans a unique way to watch X-rated movies.
What would be 5D?
The chair's bouncing as well.
Chair goes up and down, it blows spunk in your face. I mean, sweat smells.
You get that sweaty.
You get a cum shot at the end.
Sorry about that sound. listener.
Everybody gets a cum shot at the end.
For your money back.
You think it's like the Odeon where there's like those reclining fucking chairs, and at the end a fucking little cop comes out from between your legs, he fires spunk into your face.
I didn't want this.
It sounds reasonable.
The bizarre attraction features bouncing chairs, as well as air, wind and water jets to help stimulate all five senses, offering viewers a totally immersive experience. Or, you're in Amsterdam, and you're in the red light district. Just pay for a prostitute.
Oh, some
You
people
know.
have got different kinks.
Go to the cinema and watch a porn film, and jack off with a lot of strangers in the dark, or actually just go and hire a fucking prostitute, and get all that. Get your 5D experience.
But you want to go to the
That's
cinema and
60.
watch a film, and
60, whatever.
it's a new experience, isn't it? Some people do. They like to experience new
Yes,
experiences.
Mike wants to wank up.
Yeah.
In a bouncing chair, well, water sprayed at his face, and a dildo pumps warm semen onto him
that's
after.
Yeah.
Choice.
It's been-
It's a free citizen unless you
I
want to
got
live
a
in.
fan under my balls to keep my balls cool.
Unless you want to live in Android.
Nothing
cop
worse than
world.
overheated balls.
Nope.
Heat. Right. Well, is there any more? To these filthy beasts.
That's it, really.
I'll just read the last quote. The Dutch review. It's funny because in Amsterdam, even the Dutch people have an interest in breaking free from the norm. Come with your wife, have a laugh, try something different.
No,
Take your wife with you to visit a prostitute.
probably more fun.
She might be bi, she might be repressed, she might want it. Who knows?
Oh, you want it, sir.
You break into it when you're being served. Are you being served?
No, it's fucking fast show, innit,
Oh,
guys?
of course, yeah.
Suits you, sir. Ooh. Anyway,
Not are you being served, thank you very much.
You might have liked a bit
I've
of
never seen
you
it.
truly are.
Thought you might have liked a bit of Mrs. Slocum's pussy. It
Wow.
Please.
was a
Okay.
cat. That was
What
a
the
joke.
fuck is next?
See, told you to watch it.
You never saw it?
No.
That was a staple of everyone's growing up.
Yeah, it was in, what, late 70s?
Yeah, but they showed it on TV until the fucking late 90s.
Well, maybe they did, but I didn't
Right,
watch it.
guys.
It's on ITV, I
Guys.
didn't watch ITV.
Oh,
We were a
right.
BBC
Guys.
family.
Guys,
Right, okay. Oh,
Guys.
we're a BBC family.
stop debating 1970s sitcoms.
We spent 10 minutes talking about stamps. We got another minute talking about a 70s BBC sitcom. ITV sitcom, sorry.
Okay, have you finished?
Yes, we do.
What's next?
It's full Alex.
Yay! Do you want to explain what the fuck that is?
So basically, Mike finds us a couple of clips from random, usually, weirdos, bigots, insane people. Dickheads, in a lot of cases. And then he pits them against the arch saint of insanity himself, Alex Jones. And the winner is the one who goes most full Alex. Because remember, so I had to go a little bit Alex, quarter Alex, half Alex, sometimes even 3/4 Alex if the situation depends on it. But never ever go full Alex.
Were you trying to get crazy with this, eh? Don't you know I'm loco?
So, who we got first, Mike?
First up, Brian Fisher says the solution to climate change is to repent of our sin.
Ooh. And behind him he's got a banner saying Christian, inspirational and informative. I'm going to guess that this is not going to be very informative. Alright, let's see what he's got to say.
So we're talking here about what our environmentalist friends would call extreme weather. Remember, they're saying everything's the fault of global warming to them. We're going to have more droughts because of global warming. We're going to have more extreme weather because of global warming. We're going to have more cyclones because of global warming. We're going to have more tornadoes because of global warming. And so this is the kind of thing that Solomon is talking about here when his nation, when his people were affected by extreme weather events. And now what we discover here from Solomon's record is the problem is not global warming. The problem is the sin of man. And the sin of man, not pumping CO2 into the air, but the sin of man, as he goes on to say, is not following the rules and the statutes of God. That's the sin. In time, the penalty for that sin is the heavens are shut up. There's no rain. There's a drought. Animals are dying. Crops are not growing. What's the solution? If my people, who are called by my name, in the face of this environmental catastrophe, the solution is not to go to Congress and get them to crack down on carbon emissions. The solution is to go before God on our faces and repent of our sin. That's what Solomon says. And if we do that, if, he says, we humble ourselves and pray and seek God's face and turn from our wicked ways. It's the wicked ways that cause the extreme weather. The drought is caused by our wicked ways. So you're not going to get back to healthy weather patterns until you repent of the sins.
Wow. Can I just point out, Mike, just keep it on pause, but skip back. I want you to see this guy's hairline.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's got a comb over going, right? A comb over that's about half an inch fucking wide.
Why is it you always pick up on stuff like this after what he just said? He was going, wasn't he? He was because some mad tangent about them guy's hair or beard.
Because I'm looking at him thinking, why he's got a comb over? He's like nearly halfway up to the side of his head bald. Just let it all fucking hang out,
well,
man.
Whatever, man. The guy can do whatever he wants with his fucking hair.
He just looks ridiculous. Can't expect me to take him seriously with a haircut like that. That's what I meant when this is the voting office, Mike. The polling station. Who's got the best hair?
That's what you're worried about. The guy's telling us that the whole climate change is down to our sinful ways.
Whoa.
It might be.
It's not.
No, I'm joking.
It isn't. But, hey, we're pretty sinful nowadays. And I, for one, am in favour.
So we can't get good weather unless we act more Christian.
Yeah. But just his fucking haircut. I mean...
Okay, well, fair play to him.
I can't take him seriously.
That's his stance. Who's next? You heard him, Britain. You want better weather.
Stop being so sinful. Oh, Mark Taylor, the firefighter prophet.
Oh, fuck me.
Yep, he's saying that Satan uses chemtrails to block God's frequency.
Wow, well, this should be insane.
Everything in life gives off a frequency. The clothes I'm wearing, whatever, the carpet in the room, the trees, the grass. That's why the Bible says when no one else will, the rocks will cry out to me. Because all of creation cries out to God in that frequency. They're actually worshiping, I believe it's actually worshiping God. Creation
itself, yeah.
Creation itself. I mean, the trees, the rocks, whatever the case may be, everything He's created. Because we're created to worship,
That's why Satan creates a new frequency to
Trying to
to
control us.
combat that, to block that. And the problem is that once we come so far generationally, we've got so many things going on, whether it's the foods we eat, the chemtrails, all the spraying, is to detract us from hearing God's frequency. Because when you think about it, they're spraying aluminum and barium in the chemtrails. And if you look on the periodic table, barium and aluminum, barium is Ba, aluminum is Al, spells bail. No coincidence.
Wow.
No coincidence.
That's deep.
That's deep. That's no coincidence.
Yeah.
So when you look at this, Rick, we are literally walking antennas. Because we've been breathing the aluminum. We've been breathing the barium. It's saturated all the foliage. This is why you had the fires out there in California. They said these guys out there were saying these fires were literally exploding. They couldn't control them.
Wow.
That's why, is because aluminum itself will burn at 1,200 degrees. So the foliage has been saturated with this stuff. So when you look at everything that we're eating, the heavy metals, toxicity that everyone has, we are literally giant antennas, which was intended. So if you want to get really deep on this, these entities that the devil has put down here, that these Satanists worship or tap into for this knowledge, if you will, they've told them how to do this stuff. They've showed them how to do this stuff for decades. I mean, for thousands of years. But they've tapped into this stuff of how to clog up man's ears and eyes and be able to sense and feel God every time you're walking around.
Wow.
Wow. So chemtrails, Satan.
Antennas.
So yeah, that was Mark Taylor. Satan is using chemtrails to block the frequency of God.
And turn us all into walking antennas.
And
I like that how he
everything.
did the thing with the barium and the aluminium
Oh yeah.
ball.
Yeah.
Mike just enjoyed doing it.
What's Alex got to say?
What's your nickname for him, Ben?
The arch saint of insanity.
That's him.
The guy who keeps ducking that fight with me.
One and the same. Okay. What's he up to this week?
This week he's proclaiming his love for Muslims and Somalis.
Well, he doesn't have a happy face on in that still shot, though, does he?
When does he ever?
No, that's true.
Here we go.
And everybody knows the Somalis don't assimilate, and they attack a lot of people and kill a lot of people, and push little kids off balconies at the Mall of America and shoot women for no reason. And that's why I famously said, "We love our Somalis, we love our Muslims too.
He's
Oh, they
referencing
so
himself.
good, oh, they so sweet. I'm gonna stab your daughter at the mall. Gonna stab your wife, your son. Gonna stab him with a butcher knife. And then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis. We love our Muslims too. Oh, they so good. Oh, they so sweet. Oh, they so good. Oh, they so sweet. Something like 80% are on welfare. Oh, we so good. Oh, we so sweet. We played that video yesterday, where the filmmaker goes through Minneapolis, St. Paul, and not one Somali will tell him that he wants to live in America. I want to live in Somalia. You're like, well, that doesn't make sense. You came here, you want to be here. But see, it's the double think. It's like Ilhan, the arrogance she bleeds and oozes, and the hate and the sliminess and the creepiness of it. I mean, the women don't get to open their mouths in Somalia. They're lower than dog excrement. But here, she can pull up her skirt and just piss all over the Republic. The American flag, piss in all our faces with those evil beady eyes, that evil smile, because she knows we're going to submit to her, because she's better than us, and she's going to feed on us. Her boys are going to beat your white heads in with hammers, and the media's going to love it.
Wow.
Because our Somalis are sweet. Oh, they're so sweet. Oh, they're so sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Mwah, 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 mwah. So thank you, Ilhan. Look at that thick smile. It's so superior, so arrogant. Her country isn't a country. It's a backwards road warrior hell pit. Whoa! The main industry is piracy. And the next industry is slavery of non-Somalis. And she knows business is going to be good. She's a criminal con artist. Married her brother to bring him here, then married other men. And she's going to sit up there with her inferiority complex.
Did he prove that?
I do.
And she is going to make you bow to her. It's awesome. She keeps laughing. She can't believe it. She can't believe the scams and the fraud that you know she's running right now. She can't believe how weak you are. She can't believe how she's preying on you. She can't believe how disingenuous she is. She cannot believe it, how much she loves it. Oh, but I haven't gotten to any of the stories yet, sorry. We love our Somalis. We love our Muslims too. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so sweet. Thousands of churches burning in Europe. Oh, they're so sweet.
Of course.
Fuck.
I think I'd have probably heard about that. Wouldn't we? We'd have heard about that living in Europe. Alright, so I'm going for Alex.
Yeah, he's got it. Hands down for me.
I mean, that was just...
That was racist.
Let's just have
It really was. There's no other way.
No, there is, yeah.
And he knows who he's selling it to.
Yeah.
He knows exactly who he's selling it to.
He don't believe any of that. He knows exactly what he's doing. Pouncing on the opportunism that she's in politics at the moment. I don't know her name, I'm sorry, very disrespectful, but...
Ilan Omar, I think.
There you go. He's pouncing on that to rile up the sorts of people who he knows subscribe to his shit. And that's pretty shameful of him, and he's won it hands down by being a bit of a prick this week. Sorry, Alex, I don't laugh at you, but that was a bit
close to the knuckle, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like, she's a proud Muslim African woman. She's, from what I hear, she's actually a pretty decent congresswoman.
And think of the barriers that she's had to overcome.
in the States, a Mad Max hell pit.
I mean, she was literally, she's a representative. She's been elected legally because he doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's not even him. I don't believe he's got a problem with it for a second. It's just who he knows he's trying to pitch to.
Oh yeah, you're right there. Yeah.
It's the extremists of America who truly believe him and think he's a martyr.
I mean, I don't think he'd get away with that in England, would he?
No, that'd be inciting hate speech.
He wouldn't get away with that anywhere other than the fact that he's now so underground. It's only on his own channel. Literally, he's not on YouTube.
He can kind of say what he wants, can't he? I mean, he's got his own channel. That's it.
On, he's
in
like,
the US, they can't they?
I think he's probably thinking, I've got nothing to lose now. I've lost all these millions.
Yeah.
Or my staff are jettisoning like spaceships. Remember last time? So fuck it, I'll go as far right as I can get away.
Some
with
of that was disturbing.
Yeah.
Some of that language was disgusting. To be fair, well,
that's a new low for Alex.
Yeah. So you just have a quick recap through the last two.
Go on then.
So we got Brian Fisher says the solution to climate change is to repent our sins.
Wow.
Still pretty crazy.
I think he's won it. That's my bet. Alex was just a racist cunt.
I suppose you've got to look at that because we have disqualified Rick Wiles before now for being the coach.
I
just think morally we have to go with Alex this week.
No, because it is who goes the most crazy, and we have disqualified.
I see what you mean.
Racist
It's not
before.
a title that you want to hold.
Yeah, I think we got.
I mean, who's the coach? Coach Dave Domenmeyer. We've gone before. Well, he's just being racist there. He can't win it. So I think we have to look at that with Alex in this scenario.
This guy actually thinks that climate change is because we're sinning.
Yeah.
He also believes in God, so it's all sort of hand in hand.
But then
but some people believe in God, but they don't believe in that.
Yeah,
they don't believe it's so literal, do they? I mean, he's saying, look, Isaac, whatever his name was, in the Bible.
Yeah.
He said this, therefore.
I agree with you, but I think Alex has got to have it.
And then Mark Taylor, Satan uses chemtrails to block the frequency, and God's frequency. Everything on creation transmits a frequency back to God, and Satan is using chemtrails to block that. now my money's on him.
They're all winners on this
week.
Well,
you can't give all three the winnership. Well, you can, fuck it if you want.
No, we have to...
Gaz votes for Alex, you vote for Mark Taylor, I vote for Brian Fisher.
That's a three-way tie, isn't it?
Three-way tie.
Yeah, there you go, first time.
We need to decide the next week. We need the same three guys on.
Second time.
I don't know if I can see what I can find.
Well, before we forget, let's say Facebook.
Facebook, going to the Blood and the Post to the Apocalypse. We've had some great responses to our memes recently. That's much appreciated. Thank you. Like the page.
Listen to the show, share and share.
Indeed.
YouTube, Solar Warden Music. Find that channel, and Sewage Pipe Gaming. Find that channel. I love you. Thank you. That's it.
Twitter, Apocalypse Ball. YouTube, Apocalypse Ball for the show. SoundCloud, iTunes, Podbean, Spotify. Anywhere you can really find a podcast. So I'll
share.
Thank you for listening. I've been Ben. Don't drink the Flavour Aid and don't join a cult.
I've been Gaz. Free Biff Tannen.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
How's that Jedi course going, Mike?
It's going fine.
Is it? Where are you up to now?
It's not question 2, but
It's not question 1 anymore.
It's a start.
Exactly. Alright, thanks for listening.
bye.